Do you know that feeling? The team is functioning correctly, projects are moving forward, yet you sense that people are working but without real passion. You are giving it your all, but it's getting harder and harder to inspire others. You are not alone. According to research, up to 80% of employees don't feel a sense of purpose in their work. It's not because they are lazy, it's because in organizations, even the best ones, too often focus on results and not enough on why people want to act in the first place. Today, you will see how returning to the psychological foundations of leadership enhanced by modern tools can reignite your team's motivation. Hi, I'm David, and today I will show you how 4 fundamental timeless principles of leadership psychology, the ones often discussed by Simon Sinek, the renowned author and speaker inspiring leaders worldwide, can transform the way you manage your team. For each principle, we will add specific practical implementation tips combined with support from concrete tools and technologies, many of which you might already be using daily. I will show you apps and approaches that will help you bring these ideas to life faster, more effectively, and without adding chaos to your daily work. You will learn how to communicate purpose so it truly inspires people to act, how to build a work environment based on a trust and psychological safety, why caring for your team is the best long-term business strategy, and how to effectively manage relationships and communication in the era of remote work and distributed teams. Everyone has those days when, despite all efforts, real engagement with the team is hard to come by. It's not a lack of competence, just a natural consequence of the pace we work at today. That's precisely why it's worth going back to the beginning, to the question that sparks the meaning behind action. Start with why. In the daily hustle, focusing on the pressure of results, we often concentrate on what needs to be done and how to do it, task, processes, and numbers. This is operationally important, of course, but often lacks the answer to the fundamental questions. Why are we doing this? Without a clear sense of purpose, work becomes just a checklist, and team motivations relies mainly on external factors. Bonuses, promotions, avoiding punishment. In the long run, this leads to decreased engagement, cynicism, a feeling of emptiness, and the question, what am I actually doing this for? People and groups who know how to inspire communicate differently. They start by explaining the why, their purpose, reason for being, fundamental belief. Only then do they move on to how, values, principles of action, and what, specific products, services, tasks. People don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it. Similarly, employees don't fully engage just for tasks, but for the vision and purpose behind them. It's a compass that helps make consistent decisions and stay the course, even in difficult times. So everyone must first deeply understand and define the why of your organization or team. It's worth going back to the roots. What was the original impulse for founding the company? What real change do you want to bring to the world or to customers' lives? The answers often lie in the company's history, the founders' values, and conversations with the most engaged long-term employees. Once you have that clarity, the next step is to regularly and consistently communicate this vision. It's not enough to mention the mission once at the company meeting. Crucially, help people connect their daily, often routine task with this overreaching goal. Modern goal management platforms like popular OKR system, objectives and key results are excellent for this. They allow you to visualize the company strategy and show each employee how their individual or team goals fit into the bigger picture. Tools like Asana with its goals feature, Lattice, or the Polish HCMM deck help make this connection visible and measurable. Remember though, that dry goals and data aren't everything. People best absorb and engage through stories and emotions. So tell stories about successes that confirm your why, but also about challenges and failures you overcame while sticking to your values. Stories showing the real impact of your work on customers' lives are particularly powerful. Nothing builds a sense of purpose like knowing you are helping someone. Use internal communication tools for this. A dedicated channel or Slack or Teams can become a fantastic place for regularly sharing such inspiring examples, photos, or short videos clips that strengthen the sense of community around the purpose. Finally, to ensure the why doesn't remain just a beautiful slogan on the wall, you must consistently embed it into daily processes and company culture. Start by incorporating your why into the new new employees onboarding process. Let new people know and feel from day one why they are here. Create an easily accessible knowledge base, for example, an internal intranet page or wiki system like a Confluence or Notion, where every employee can find information about the company's history, mission, vision, and key values at any time. And crucially, during recruitment processes, don't focus solely on candidates' skills and experience. Also, ask them about their motivations, values, what's important to them in work, to check if they fit the culture and purpose of your organization. Hiring people who believe the same things you do is the foundation for building a strong, engaged team. People are more willing to take initiative, be more creative and innovative because they know how their work matters. They cope better with challenges and difficulties because they see the long-term meaning in overcoming them. Decisions made at all levels of the organizations become more consistent because they are naturally filtered through the lens of the overreaching goal. In many organizations, often unconsciously, a culture of fear and uncertainty is cultivated. Employees are afraid to make mistakes because they know they will be punished or publicly criticized. They fear speaking openly about problems or expressing their opinions because it might be perceived as questioning authority or lacking of competence. They focus on protecting their own position, something at the expense of others, competing for resources and recognition instead of collaborating for the common good. Such a culture generates immense chronic stress, stifles creativity, and leads to burnout. People often don't realize how their work behaviors, lack of empathy, micromanagement, favoritism, unclear communication contribute to building walls instead of bridges. It's crucial for our well-functioning organizations to create a safe work environment, a space where people feel psychologically secure, trust each other. When employees feel protected from internal threats like unhealthy rivalry, blame, or fear of losing their job for a slip-up, they can focus their energy on external challenges, innovation. Biologically, this atmosphere lowers cortisol levels, the stress hormone, and naturally promotes the release of oxytocin, which builds social bonds and trust. This isn't a soft, nice to have, it's a necessary condition for high performance and long-term success. So, how do you translate this idea into daily practice? First and foremost, start by putting people's well-being first. Before making an important decision, ask yourself, how will this affect my team? Not just how will this affect the bottom line. The next step is building a culture of open communication where people feel they can freely talk about problems without fear of punishment. To make it easier for employees to share difficult topics, you can introduce tools for collecting anonymous feedback, simple forms in Google Sheets, special features in HR platforms, or external tools like Typeform. Take an interest not only in work but also in the life situations of your people. Show understanding during tough times. To keep your finger on the pulse and monitor moods, it's worth regularly using anonymous, short employee surveys, so-called pulse surveys, available on platforms like Peakon, Culture Amp, or Pulse. Being transparent and fair is also extremely important. Clearly communicate expectations, evaluation criteria, and promotion or bonus rules. Avoid gossip and favoritism. They are trust killers. Also, show that the company systematically cares for people by providing access to resources supporting mental well-being. These could be webinars, workshops, or access to mindfulness apps like Headspace for work or Calm Business. Actively promote a culture of gratitude, encourage thanking for help and cooperation. You can support this by implementing simple platforms for mutual appreciation such as Bonusly, Kudos, or the Polish Nace, where employees can publicly or privately express recognition. In a safe work environment, trust grows while fear and harmful stress levels decrease. People are more willing to share ideas, report problems early before they become crises. Turnover decreases because employees feel valued, respected, and secure. Employees often cynically observe situations where people in leadership positions seem detached from the team's reality, more interested in their own benefits, bonuses, prestige, and privileges than the well-being of the people they manage. When personal priorities are visibly placed above the team's warfare, especially during difficult times. People instinctively don't want to follow someone who, in their perception, only cares about themselves. There is a powerful metaphor for leadership, often cited in the context of elite military units, where officers eat only after the soldiers have eaten. True leadership involves instinctively putting the needs and well-being of the team above personal gain. It understands that the privileges associated with a position are inextricably linked to the duty of care, protection, and support for the people on the team. So, how do you show the team that you genuinely put them first? It's primarily visible through actions, especially during challenging times. When the company faces a crisis, budget cuts, or restructuring, be the first to demonstrate readiness to give up some of your privileges or take on additional burdens. Transparent communication channels are key here. Regular video conferences where you answer through questions or open discussion forums on the intranet can significantly help build trust by showing you are not hiding anything and are sharing the challenges. Equally important is how you approach successes and failures. Publicly praise and appreciate the team for achievements, always highlighting their contribution. They did the work. And when something goes wrong, taking responsibility is crucial, showing that you are in this together and focusing on solutions. Platforms for mutual appreciation like Bonusly or Kudos can help here. Use them not only for your own prize but also to promote a culture where employees appreciate each other. Remember also that leading people isn't just about managing for behind a desk. Be accessible and truly listen to your people. Regularly find time for meetings, not just formal reporting sessions, but also more casual conversations where you can learn about their problems, needs, and ideas. Your engagement is also visible in how you use project management tools like Asana, Jira, Trello, or Monday.com. Be an active participant in discussions, comment on progress, offer help in solving problems, remove obstacles. Finally, the most important proof of care, invest in your team's development. Actively support them in acquiring new skills, planning career paths, and advancing. Implement tools that facilitate this and make it fairer. This could be talent management systems that identify potential or company access to a learning platforms like LinkedIn Learning or Coursera for business. When the team sees that management truly cares about people, not just careers or financial results, employees are more willing to make sacrifices, put in extra effort, and take initiative. The sense of community and unity strengthens, which is invaluable, especially in tough times. In large distributed organizations, the era of widespread remote work, it's easy to lose the human dimension of work. People become numbers in a spreadsheet, data points in an HR system, avatars on a communication platform. Communication boils down to emails, reports, and a quick task-oriented online meetings. This abstraction, the growing physical and emotional distance between people, makes it difficult to build authentic relationships, empathy, and deep trust. Employees feel isolated, unseen, and their work loses meaning because they don't see its real impact on other people. Additionally, information chaos resulting from the multitude of tools and channels and the formation of silos within the company structure hinder collaboration and the effective flow of knowledge. Our biology has evolutionarily adapted us to live, cooperate in relatively small, close-knit groups where we know each other personally. Anthropologists like Robin Dunbar suggest there's a natural limit of about 150 people, known as Dunbar's number, with whom we can maintain stable, meaningful social relationships. The greater the distance, physical, hierarchical, communicational, the harder it is to feel empathy, a sense of responsibility for others, and to build trust. Seeing the real human impact of our work on specific individuals is extremely motivating and builds a sense of purpose. Direct, context-rich communication, even if mediated by technology, is much more effective in building trust than relying solely on dry data. So, how in practice can we combat this abstraction, especially when the team is large or works remotely? First, prioritize communication that maximally resembles a face-to-face meeting. Instead of flooding the team with emails or relying solely on reports, try initiating conversations, preferably video calls with cameras on. Modern video conferencing platforms like Zoom, Teams, or Google Meet offer much more than just image transmission. Today, consciously use their interactive features such as polls, visual whiteboards like Miro or Mural for collaborative creation, or splitting into example, smaller breakout rooms for discussion. Beyond formal meeting, creating a space for informal interactions is extremely important. In a remote environment, this space must be actively created. This can be done by setting up dedicated channels or internal social platforms like Slack, Teams, or Workplace for casual conversations, sharing interesting facts, vacation photos, or book recommendations. Another way to humanize work is by showing the real impact of the team's actions. Instead of presenting only dry numbers and charts, share customer stories. Technology can also help here. Use tools to collect and present such stories. For example, short video recordings of customers' testimonials or dedicated sections on the intranet where employees can read about successes. It's also worth remembering the structure and size of teams. Try to keep teams at sizes that naturally foster closer relationships. In overly large groups, anonymity and diffusion of responsibility are easier. Regardless of size, ensuring a clear communication structure and information flow is crucial to avoid chaos. Interdepartmental collaboration and information flow improve because people feel more connected. Empathy and mutual understanding grow, which helps resolve conflicts and support each other. The organization's culture become more human, less anonymous, improves the atmosphere. In summary, true inspiring leadership in today's dynamic world is much more than just managing tasks. It's primarily the ability to ignite passion in people by clearly communicating the purpose, creating a safe environment based on trust and care, consistently putting the team's needs first, and consciously managing abstraction. As we have seen, these principles aren't just lofty ideas. They are practical guidelines that, wisely supported by modern tools, can genuinely transform your team, your organization. Technology should serve to strengthen human values, not replace them. I'm very curious which of these leadership principles resonates most with your challenges, or maybe you already have your own ways of combining them with technology in your team. Please share in the comments below. Let's talk about it. If this content was valuable to you and you want more practical tips, subscribe to the channel. Thank you for your time and see you soon.